What we're doing today is we're adding on to the two things we've been doing the last few days, okay? We've been talking about a brand new strategy. What's that new strategy we've been working with a little bit? Anna Kate?
The arrow way.
The arrow way. And that's a way to what? What is it, the arrow way? What's the purpose of it? Charlie?
It makes it simple because you break it up to little pieces.
Very good. You're simplifying. It's what we call one of those simplifying strategies because we're breaking it apart. So we're going to keep doing that. We're going to be adding and subtracting multiples of 10, and we're going to go all the way to 100. So when we finish today, we're going to get a little bit better and more comfortable with our arrow way. All right, so I want you to look at this. This is just us talking. We're not writing anything yet. 2 tens less than 6 tens. Raise your hand if you know that answer. 2 tens less than 6 tens. Landon.
4 tens.
Very good. And why did she give it to me in 4 tens? Why 4 tens instead of 40? Alex?
Because it was saying it on the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was saying 2 tens and 6 tens. So when you answer, you want to do it the same way as they started out.
Very good. So it's saying 6 tens minus 2 tens. And since it was in unit form, she needs to give it back to me in unit form, so it's 4 tens. We know 4 tens is equal to what? 40. Okay, let's try this one. 2 tens less than 6 tens, 8 ones. Ooh, they're getting trickier on you. All right, Maddie?
4 tens, 8 ones.
Very good. Did you really worry about that ones place?
No.
No. You knew what place it changed right there. Tens, only tens. All right, let's do this one. 4 tens, 8 ones. Take something away from it, Hagen.
2 tens.
2 tens. All right, so he says, what's 2 tens less than 4 tens, 8 ones? Colin?
2 tens, 8 ones.
2 tens, 8 ones. Good job. All right, now we're going to come back to that in a minute. You did your sprint today that we talked about building on maybe just the tens place changed, and then we added addition and subtraction. All right, here's what I want you to have first in your book. You with me? Module 4, Lesson 3. So you're going to put 4.3 at the top. Our date's up there on the board. Terrell put 19 stamps in his book on Monday. On Tuesday, he put in 32 stamps. All right, so you see this has 2 parts. This is one of those problems that B is going to build on A. So you got to get A right in order to get B right, okay? So A says, how many stamps did Terrell put in his book Monday and Tuesday? Should you combine or separate? Combine. I want you to turn and talk to your partner about how you're going to show that today.
You can't take out. I mean, you can put 1 and 10, but you'll have 1 left. So you have to cross that out. What do you think?
It made us
What do y'all think?
combine 32 plus 19.
Yeah, me
You can write number 6, or you can use a number 1, or you can use some other strategies like starting ourselves with 1.
All right, as soon as your partner and you have discussed which way you want to do it, I see some base 10s. I see people are making it into a new 10 with a vertical way. Once you've decided how you're going to do it with your partner, I want you to work that part A out. Oh, and I love how Hagen is using his RDW. He's writing a complete sentence. Terrell will have blank stamps on Monday and Tuesday. I love that. Oh, I see some arrow ways starting. Okay, let's see how we did. We put 19 stamps and 32 stamps. Okay? Let's try this one with our arrow way. Let's practice that way, okay? So what's our bigger number, 19 or 32?
32.
All right, so let's start 32. All right, if I did 32 and I plus 10, I added 10 of the 19, I'd get to, what would I be? What's 32 plus 10? 42. All right. Now I want to make this a little easier on me because sometimes we love to make things be ways of 10. So I know I have 19 left. I'm gonna first add 8 because if I add 8, I can get myself to the next 10. So that gets me to 50, and then all I have to do is add that one more, and your answer was 51.
There's another way to do it.
Mhm.
My way was I was adding the 32,
Okay.
and I did since it's 32, I got one of the ones, and I did 19 plus 1 is 20, and then I did plus 30 which equals 50, and then I added the second one.
Very good. And that's one of the cool things about math is you don't all have to do it the same way. Our brains don't look at math the same exact way. All right, let's add to it. So we know Monday and Tuesday he ended up with 51. Let's see what it says on B. If Terrell's book holds 90 stamps, how many more stamps does he need to fill his book? So right now we know he has 51. Turn and talk to your partner. How are you going to figure out how many he needs, that he still needs? Go. Turn and talk. Okay, yeah. Like we have now. All right, go ahead. All right, when you're comfortable with what you're thinking, go ahead and work. That's part B. Alright, so this is, he has 90, and he needs 90. So how many more is he going to need in order to fill the whole book up?
Plus 4, how many more?
40 and 90. 40 and 59, so it's not 44.
You can do plus 4, and it'll equal 90. That's the shape.
Okay, let's try this way with backwards arrow, kind of like Charlie was saying. Let's see, we started with 90. We know that's our goal. We're going to take away the parts he already has. So the part he already has is 51. So first I'm going to take away 50. If you have 90 and you take 50 away, what's left? 40. Okay. So what do I need to take now? 1. Okay, would that equal 51?
No. Plus 10. It'll equal.
Plus 10.
No, it's good.
Okay, what do you think, guys? Y'all tell me.
I think
If I take 40 and I take, if I have 40 and I take 1 away, what's left?
39.
39, all right? Now, let's check ourselves. If we put 39 and 50 back together, would that get us 90?
Yes.
All right, let's see. 1 and 9 make 10. That means I have to carry it over to the tens place. 5 tens and 3 tens makes 8 tens, plus that 1 extra 10 makes 9 tens. So we did good. 39 is how many more he'd need. All right, draw a line under there. Let's get a couple of practice problems with our arrow way. All right, I want you to look at this for a second. I have the first problem. We started off a little easier at the beginning of the week. We said 40 plus 20 equals 60. That's what we talked about, those mental math strategies. And at first we're thinking, okay, Ms. Hay, why are you telling me arrow way when I can just do this immediately in my head? But arrow way is going to help you when your problems change a little. All right, watch their arrow way. The first time, 48 plus 20. We had that one, right? Now, look how they used 48 plus 20 to help them on 48 plus 21. They still added 20, but then they added that extra 1. All right, but look at this one. Look how they did it with 48 plus 19. They still added 20 because you can do that quickly. But instead of adding another 1, you know you only needed 19, so then you take it back away. So it's like you added more than you needed to make it easy, and then you back it away. You take one away. All right, so let's practice 2 problems, and then we're going to get to your problem set. I want you to practice this one right here. All right, so very first problem you're going to put 60 plus 22. We're going to practice our arrow way. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if we do 60, how many 10s do we first need to add? 2. So we have 2 10s, so that's plus 20. 60 and 20 make 80. And then 80 and 2 more make 82. So your answer is 82. All right, let's do one more. Let's do this starred one up here. 73 minus 41. All right, what do you want to take away first? Hagen?
I want to take away 40.
All right, let's take away 40. So it's kind of like saying 7 minus 4 would be 3. So your answer would be 33. All right. And then we have one more piece. We need to take away 1. So what's 33 minus 1? 32. All right, thumbs up if you're feeling pretty good and pretty comfortable about that arrow way. All right, let's close that and turn to page 11 in your workbook. We're going to get some practice on your problem set, and then we're going to break apart into your groups. Page 11, you're going to see on page 11 how these numbers are going to build, kind of like we were talking about earlier, where you could use what you do know quickly in your head to help find things you aren't sure about. Okay, here we go. Solve each using the arrow way. You ready? 38 plus 20. So what's my bigger number?
38.
All right, so I'm going to do 38. And then I'm going to make my arrow and add 20. Your answer would be 58. All right. Feeling good so far? Circle 58 because that's your answer. All right, now we could use that one to help us on the next one. You already know 38 plus 20 would be what? 58. And then all you have to do is just add 1, and that would get you the new one of 59. All right. Now, what could we do to 38 plus 19 to make it even quicker for us? We could do plus 10.
Or plus 9.
Plus 9. Charlie?
We could do plus 20.
You could do plus 20, and then you could just take how many away? 1. All right, let's do that again. 38 plus 20 would still get you to 58. But since you only had to add 19, now you need to take that 1 away that you put in there. So what's 58 minus 1?
57.
57. Okay, I want you to turn and talk to your partner. Why would adding 20 when you really don't even need 20, why would adding 20 make it an easier strategy for you? Go.
Because you only need to add 10.
Catch up on that part. And each time we added 20s, even and then we took away the one we did not. All right, one hand up. Ready? All right, let's hop to C, because we can do that with subtraction. All right, so we're going to hop down to C. 34 minus 10. All right, that's your first one. 34, arrow way minus 10. 34 minus 10 is what? 24. Now that's going to help us the entire time.
Next one you could just put 34 minus
10 and then minus the 1.
Very good, Camille. All right, let's build on the next one says minus 11, so I can still do 34 minus 10. That got me to 24, but then I have to take one more away, so 23. And remember we talked about you want to add the pieces on top of the arrows. 10 and 1 make 11, and that's what you should have taken away. All right, now, here comes one that could be a little tricky, but we could use what we already know to help us. 34 minus 9.
You could do 10 and minus.
Okay, why could we do 10 and then take away 1? Why would you do that?
Because it would get to the next 10.
It could get you the next one. Is it easy to count the 10s?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why we do that. We like things to be in the base 10 because it's easy to skip count. All right, let's try it. 34 minus 10 first. 24.
Minus 1.
Okay, but that would be, ooh, Alex, what'd you say?
Plus 1 because 9 is 1 less than 10.
Very good. I need to add that 1 back because when I took 10 away, I really took away 1 too many. So I got to put it back in there. So what's 24 plus 1?
25.
25. Okay. All right, let's skip to the back real quick. Okay, we're going to do a few of these, and then we're going to break into our stations. You ready? Let's do A together. You can do arrow way, you can do number bonds, or you can do mental math. Some of these things you already know.
What's mental math?
Mental math means you're doing it in your head. All right, you ready? 49 plus 20. What would we say we need to probably do for that? Mental math, that'd be, oh my goodness. 69. You got to watch those signs. 69. All right. Well, if I know that adding 20 would get me 69, well, adding 21 would get me 70. Oh, 70. Because if I have 69 and I only added 20, I added one more to it. All right. Go back to your first problem. 49 plus 20. You already know it's 69. 19 is how many less than 20? 1. So take 1 less than 69. 68. Okay. You try row B by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check it. What did you have for 23 plus 70? Kendall, what was 23 plus 70? Good, 93. That's going to help me the whole way. Well, if 23 plus 70 was 93, then Angelica, what's 23 plus 71?
94.
Good. All right, that just added one more. All right, well, they now have 69. That means I really need to take one away.
From the first one.
So it'd be 92. Okay? All right, what you're going to do today when you go to your small groups, you know that you have your iPads, keep your earphones, you need to plug them in first. If you're doing stations, I have an exit ticket on Miss Harvey's table, and then you can get a game out. You also need to finish your problem set, okay? If you don't get to your problem set, we'll work on it afterward, and then you'll be with me. Angelica.
Is Brayden in this group now?
No, you're in the same groups you've been working with. Okay? All right. Go ahead, put your math things away and go to your stations. Instead of doing a game today, you may work on the problem set, but you do need to get an exit ticket first. All right.
Oh my gosh.
all have it. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice our arrow way. We're gonna look for ways that we can do parts of it mental math like we were doing earlier, okay? So let's just do the first one. Let's do 27 plus 60. Let's start off with that.
The biggest.
Okay, so let's start off with 60. Okay, why did you choose 20, Landry?
Because if you just wanted to put 2 tens, it would be longer.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can do like 7 I picked the short one.
Very good. You could do 10 plus 10, but we already know 2 tens is the same thing as 20, all right? So what's 60 plus 20? 80. And then what? Plus 7. 87. All right, circle it. All right, now let's try it. Let's build on that one. Let's do 27 plus 61 this time. And I want you to leave this problem that we just did together. I want you to leave it on there so you can look at it.
It would actually just be adding 1.
Mm-hmm. But I want you to work it through the arrow with it. 61, not 60. Switch it.
61.
Okay, what'd you start with?
61.
Okay, 61. You still first added 20. That got you to 81. Then you added 7, so that got you 88. You know in your head you probably already do this because you probably say, oh, I already knew that was 87 and 61 is only 1 more than 60, so that means my answer is only going to be 1 more too. You're building on those. So you can see the connection between knowing something mentally helps you know something that's beside it. All right, let's try another way. All right, this time let's go subtraction. Let's do 72 minus 50. And I'm going to let you take a minute and work it out. You want to take away your tens first. Circle your answer when you finish, that way I can zoom in and find it. Alright, now Anna Kate, how many tens are in 50? 5. So would it be more simple and smart to go ahead and just take away 50 at one time? 2, so 20. See, you look at that.
I'm just guessing at this if they was
22. So 72 minus 50. Alright, now let's go 72 minus 50.
Which one? You should have done that one. 6.
Minus 50. You already figured out was 22. Then you got to take another one away, so it'd be 21. All right, now we're going into what you were doing. Let's do 72 minus 49.
I don't know how to erase. I don't know
You can. All right, now, let's think about how we did this earlier. We already know mentally 72 minus 50. So let's use that to help us. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 72 minus 50.
No, that was me. You could just do 40 and 72.
Okay. So we're going to take 50 away first, and that'll be 22. All right. But you took too much away, right? You took 50 away, and you really only needed 49. So how many more do you need to add back? One. You need to add back that one extra one you took. So you'd be left with 23. Okay. Okay, how do we feel about that area? Differently. Okay, now you broke it apart just minus 40 minus 50. This helps you to figure out, because you can do that mentally. This just helps you on this one too, though. And that's why we want to see that building between.
I like the arrow.
50. All right, go ahead and erase. Put your tops on your markers. And go ahead and clean up and walk over to your station. Okay, today in math, you talked about working with multiples of 10 all the way through 100, and that helps you to learn ways to do it mentally. I want you to turn and talk to your partner. How does using those mental math strategies help you learn and do harder problems? Okay, go, turn and talk.
Like the first two numbers and then the second two numbers. I get the first one from the first number and the first number from the second number. And like second number from the second number, second number from the second number.
Yeah.
30 minus 20. You could, that 3 minus 2 is 1. You add so it's like the same problem, but you're just doing it with 10. I agree. You can get the same thing. Break out so you see it. That's right.
3, 2, 1. Jake, why do you think using those strategies like the arrow way help mental math when you get to harder problems?
I think it helped by helping us to do it the short way.
Okay.
And you can do it faster if you wanted to do a harder problem.
Yeah.
You can do it the shorter way, and you can get finished, and you can do another harder problem, and
Okay.
you can just get finished with it.
All right, Drew, add to it.
I think that if you already done 20 plus or minus 30 minus 20, you already know that answer is, so if it's like 3 minus 19, you already know the answer. You can just like subtract 30 minus 20, and you already know the answer, and then you just subtract 1 from the
Very good. So knowing what you already know, it helps to build on to those new things that we're learning. Okay, Alex?
like whenever, like if it was 20 minus 10, you know that 2 minus 1 is 1, so you just it's the same thing except you're doing it with tens.
Very good. So even though these numbers get bigger, we still know that they're the basic facts within bigger facts. So it's easy to know. All right, Colin, last one.
Because I already know that 20 plus 48 would equal 68. But once I get like 69 plus 24, I could use some of the smaller problems
Yeah.
to show how I got.
Very good. That's right. Okay, so today we've been working on this arrow way, and we're getting more and more comfortable. Tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to take where you make it into a 10 or in your mental strategies with arrow way, but we're going to add take diagrams with it. And those are those bar models we've kind of slowly been doing during the word problems. So tomorrow we're going to get a lot of practice doing take diagrams.